You had a good time at the concert? Big stage, big time. Dang, that's some major bucks. Some major bucks. That's awesome. And then what? Oh, they come with you? Right on. That's going to be a real treat. Staying hydrated. Jennifer. Starting out feeling so good, Valeria. Are you feeling better now, though? A little bit? Dang, well. Sometimes you get those things that just take forever to kick. Okay, that's good. Can't hurt. Gotta I always say go, you know. All right. Okay, welcome everybody. Last week before our break, you guys excited? Get those 2 weeks to do homework. Yeah, 2 weeks just free to do all that homework and get that done. Thanks to those of you that helped out, attended the holiday party. We had a lot of fun. Okay, had some good times. Still working on that chicken. That's okay. That's good. Got a lot of it. But it tasted good. We had a good time. All right. Montserrat, what are the, give me the independent variable. What were they, what was this student changing or manipulating to see the effect on something else? What were they doing? What were they measuring? Well, there's water types, yeah. And then what were they measuring? Seedling height, okay? So they have water types. And they're basically doing what? Measuring what? Heights of what? Real basic terms. What's a seedling? Oh, Alondra, what's a seedling? It's a plant, right? They're measuring plant heights. Will some of you be doing that too? I think so. I think some of you lined up for that. Mm-hmm. So what are they changing about growing? They're growing these plants. They're measuring the heights. What are they doing that's changing the plant situation? The water type, right? They're using, what's deionized water? Sounds fancy. What does that mean? Kind of is fancy, I guess. But you can make deionized, well, kind of water in your house. You boil it, right? It's like distilled water. It's pure water, right? DI water is another way to talk. And you got to collect it, and then it's kind of hard to do at home. But so deionized water is just plain water, and then they tested it against, what do you think smoked water is? Water that has smoke residue in it somehow. And what kind of idea might they be investigating? How well plants grow in the presence of this smoke residue? Okay, maybe plants growing in a house where people smoke cigarettes, maybe. Probably, maybe after a wildfire, right? We have big wildfires now, and they burn the environment, and a lot of that smoke residue is left around. And how well do plants grow in smoke residue? Do they grow well after there's a fire? Well, what does a fire do to all the nutrients? Yeah, they break it down, make the ash, release the nutrients into the soil. Theoretically, that should help plants grow. Should be all this nutrients there. So that could be an investigation line they were kind of looking at here. So yeah, it is, isn't it? We haven't had big wildfires around here lately, but you know, they're going to be back. So the independent variable, what they were changing was the water type. Specifically, smoked versus deionized. So pure water versus water that was smoked. How come they just didn't use tap water? Because there is some stuff in the tap water, right? You can't be quite sure. I mean, pretty sure. The main risk for tap water is if you're in an older house or an area where they uses lead pipes somehow, which I don't think is the case usually here. Although, guess what some students found out about the drinking fountains at Cal State Long Beach about 10 years ago? They have lead in them. They found that just some students doing, hey, we're going to do a test of the water on campus for our science experiment. Well, it turned up positive for lead. Like, oh, this is interesting. Kept testing. Yeah, it really had lead in it. So they had to rip it all out and change. Think about that. For 50, 60, 70 years, kids are drinking lead in a drinking fountain. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't, with the brand new buildings, it shouldn't be the case, but you don't know. Oh, actually, I have tested, in the old building, I did test the water, using one of those kits you get at Home Depot and stuff for all the heavy metals, and it came negative for those. So, probably testing it again with a different kit would be better, but probably it's okay. Probably we're all right. Okay, that's independent variable. What's the dependent variable? What are they measuring? Yeah, the height of seedlings or plants. Sure sound height of seedlings for germinated seeds. Does that sound science-y? That sounds really science-y, doesn't it? Way better than how tall were the plants? Like that. That sounds professional. Like A++. Okay. What kind of graph? So we have, it shows 2 trials each, and then this is the average of the trials. So I don't quite, this isn't the best because one trial should be one plant. Yeah, well, one trial, I think what they mean, one trial of many dozens of plants. So we don't know how many plants are actually measured in this average. But they have, maybe they did one a couple months apart or something. They're calling those different trials. But what kind of a basic graph would work best for this? Column graph or a bar graph? That'd probably be best. You could have a graph like this, and you could have, let's see, whoa, so I'm going to put 10, oops. What happened? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 13, God, so this would be like my DI 1, and then, 10, 20. So the DI water, that's the average of the smoked. What do you notice about the smoked water? It's taller, right? So what did the smoke do? Yeah, they're a lot taller, right? And it has a standard deviations. So what should we put on our graph to show the standard deviations? What does that? Something right here. What do we call these things? These are called error, what? Error bars. Yeah, go up and down. Standard deviation above and below the mean. So your graph should have error bars too. So you need to use these. Okay? They want to see that you understand uncertainty because we're not totally certain about that mean, right? It bounces around. We want to have a way to judge how reliable that mean is. The bigger the standard deviation, does that mean it's more or less reliable? When it gets big, it means it's less reliable. If it's a small standard deviation, it means all those data were pretty close to that average. And it's therefore, a better measurement of what actually would happen. Okay? What actually the effect is of that smoke. But right here, that smoke water, that's fantastic, right? It makes it grow fantastic, probably because of those nutrients. Okay? All right. So today, we'll do a little fun holiday. Find someone. This is on the movie Home Alone. You guys familiar with that movie? You've heard of it? Okay, there's 5 trivia questions on that movie. You're going to have to find 5 other people to answer these. I'm sure you yourself could answer several of these. Anybody not seen Home Alone? It's been rated the #1 favorite movie of my students this year. Favorite holiday movie, that is. All right. Oh, dang, sorry about that. That's a diggity dang right there. That's that air pressure kept it floating. All right, so go ahead and get up, rise up, move around, get these answered. Talk to your classmates. I just got breath mints. Want one of those? Can't answer them yourself. You got to find somebody else. How we doing on this? Any hard ones? The easy. Huh?